Let me double check that it's up. 1
I
second.
can't demote people with admin. Destroying random bad server.
Yeah, okay.
Random bad server.
Yeah, okay, so here's the idea. So, what, I'm gonna give a backstory. Yeah, hi. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, so, oh, well, actually, you're not first F in chat. So, yeah, I saw, you know, cool, blah, 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 followed by a bunch of numbers at first. Yeah, so, currently I'm in a call with Loser Ash. We are going to absolutely destroy this one server called Why Do I Breathe? It's so stupid. It is one of the most pointless servers I've seen, and so we're gonna absolutely destroy it. So hopefully, Loser Ash has admin on the server, so he's gonna give me admin, and then we'll be able to just absolutely destroy everything.
Tell me when to give you admin.
Okay. I won't touch people with HIV. Okay. Anyway, go. Go.
Admin.
You gave it to me? Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do. Wait, I don't. I only have junior admin.
Yeah, that's the best I can give you.
Okay, so let's see what I can do. Oh my god, I can change the server name.
Ooh, change it. Change it.
Jets.
No, change it.
You have been hacked. Hack. No, wait. A what?
Change it to the A-word server. I'll change the profile picture.
No, I can change it. I can change it. Actually, no, you can change it. No, yeah.
One.
Okay.
I got a good one.
Ass server. Okay. Oh, Mario, your first job is to kill the fucking dog. Can I join the voice chat? Okay, fine. I'll invite you.
Sure.
I love how he still has an answer.
I'm in.
Oh, I got kicked or banned or something like that.
Oh, me too.
Oh, shit. Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? That ended quickly.
What up, James? You're my breast.
Well, GG.
Hello,
Oh
what?
my god, this boy dog is a girl. What up, James?
Hi, I hear you, yeah.
Wait, should I say invite me again? My account got hacked.
Boy, bro. It's my time no speak.
Yeah, okay, I can't even hear you. What is going on in the background?
My friends.
Okay. Did you get that wallpaper from the Jax films? Yeah, yes, I did. I did actually get it from that. It's okay.
Can I play some Minecraft?
No, not now. We're literally live streaming, as you know. But you know, like, give us the invite so we can ruin it. It's actually too late. We already got banned.
That was fast.
Okay. Do you think we should try and? Do you think we should try and
He's letting me back in.
Oh my god, yes!
Goodbye, I will let you back in.
Yes, okay, we're good. Don't leave just yet, everybody on stream. We're getting invited back.
That was such a good lie, I would like
Hi there, little doggy.
Oh, he changed it back.
Hey, my little doggy.
Oh, you changed it back. Okay, but invite me back either way.
I can't.
Hey, my puppy.
Okay, he gave me admin again.
Hey, my little puppy.
What is that profile picture? Oh, I can't unban you. You have to make an alt.
Oh, dang.
Wait, I'll give you an alt that's already on the server. It's called Born Boy.
Well, I'd rather not want to unlink my account with Discord because then I'd also have to log in on stream, which isn't something I really like to do.
I honestly don't care about this.
Yeah, same here.
Wait, just
send the invite link to. Okay, dude, it's too late because. Okay, I cannot focus with how loud your microphone is.
You can't lift me up, huh?
My microphone is loud.
I'm being attacked by dogs.
Okay, so
Why is my
okay, it is much better. So it was so yeah, sorry Jadenson, we kinda already got banned. Well, he got invited back, but I'll have to like unlink my account and log into this one on stream. I'd rather not do that though.
Wait, censor my password because this is my password for my main account.
Okay, just I'm not gonna log in. I'm not gonna log in like that. I'm just gonna like should we like destroy another server or something? Like I need to find like a server that I have like
Wait, do you have mod on Cat T server?
I don't know if I'm even joined in that. What is it called?
Cat Tie server? Cat T? I don't know how to say that.
I don't think so.
What the heck? Why are there so many people there? Alright. I got a
There's such a random like
Ooh, we should destroy no, we can't destroy Colin's server.
yeah, exactly. Like we can't destroy really any server because like we're like
Oh, no, wrong server.
what the hell is this? In Spectrum.
What the heck? I literally have no mod on any other server. Wait, I have an idea.
Uh-huh.
So,
Oh my fuck.
I can get a different phone or just open Safari and give myself mod on a different account. And then we can destroy my server, and then I'll act like I don't know what happened.
I don't think that's as fun because like we know on the like it would only be like other people's reactions. What happened? We just okay. I'm so sorry, but like I sometimes like I'm realizing that I'm getting to the point where I can't really talk to all of my fans. Like I'm getting to the point where it's like I'm kind of like it's just well not that. Sometimes it's just kind of annoying. You never like do anything fun. You always just constantly ask, can you play Minecraft? Can you play Minecraft? Can you do this? Can you do that? That's all you ever do. And so I don't think I'm sorry, cool, followed by a bunch of numbers, but it's just not fun to talk with you, really. I'm sorry.
Ooh, we can destroy Calf's basement.
Oh my god, wait, seriously?
Wait, don't you have mod on there? Isn't donator just mod?
Okay, I can't find it.
Here, I'll at you.
No, I don't. I always have all my servers muted. Don't at me. I'm weird. I was going to ask once, but you've asked so many other times, and it's just. And also, your mic was like super, super, super loud. Like there wasn't too much background noise, but it was like very ugh.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Calf's basement. Okay, let's see what I can do. 18
Alright.
plus. What the fuck?
See if you can give me mod.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. I don't think donator is much. Yeah. I have VIP too, but it doesn't seem like I can do much. Yeah, I can't. Yeah. There really isn't much, but I would really kind of like to destroy this guy's server because he has literally said that he's a furry. So, yeah.
Wait, Jet, don't your fans, don't like people in your server have Discord servers?
Okay.
Stop talking to
I'm
me.
using
Nothing?
iPhone headphones. Like, that, yeah, exactly. Okay, but, hang on. Let's see if there's... Well, we have off-topic community from Angry Sumo, but he's really nice. I don't want to, like, ruin... Oh! Aw, dang it, expired already. Like, yeah, all these invites are, like, invalid and stuff. And I don't want to ruin anybody else's server, because that just kind of seems mean. Like, I have Meme Lord on, TXpunkx's server, but I just don't want to, like, ruin, like my $9 donator.
You donated $9?
He donated $9 to me.
Oh.
Yeah, and yeah, he donated $5 once and then $4 a bit later. So, like, I'm not gonna ruin his server, even though I do have the privileges too. I'm not gonna ruin his server.
Hey, you want to hear some echoing from you, but it's coming from my thing? Because my headphones are just like that.
No. What if I don't?
Delicious.
Here, I could create, like, a channel.
No! Maya, go downstairs. What is it? What is what?
Okay, have you joined, you know, his server, TXpunkx's server?
No.
Okay, there, I think I invited you. Yeah.
I got it.
Okay, cool.
So are you running his?
Do what? Oh my god.
Why
Oh, hey,
are
he
you-
sent Team Minecraft. Oh my god. You have to be a member for 10 minutes. Okay, I'll see what the heck this is. No, I'm looking about team. I'm looking at this invite link that Cool sent me. Oh yeah, sorry. I guess I already did join your server. Yeah,
I think
you have to be a member for 10 minutes for this
I
one.
think that's just something so he could drag you into another voice call.
Yeah, I don't
And then
know.
all you can hear is, I'm sorry if I break everyone's ears, but I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I already joined your server. You have to be a member for 10 minutes, so, like, I don't really... Oh, sorry. Sorry. I accidentally joined a voice channel, which you can join before you can send messages. Okay, so... Here's my idea for this. We'll create category. Okay, bruh. So here, this is what we'll do. We'll just create, like, a category, and then we'll just add in, like, 1,000,000 channels called bruh. And that's it.
Oh my god. How do you know which bra is bra?
I don't know, just look down, and you'll see a bunch of bruh channels being created in TXpunkx's server. Oh crap,
I'm horrified.
Okay, but have you joined it yet?
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Okay, you are meme lord G. Okay, I'll just do the same rules that I have, so then like you have like the same power. So E level 5 crook. Okay, that's kind of dead. And member. Okay, so member level 5. Okay, so hopefully you have the same permissions as me, so we can just kind of spam channels because why
I
not?
can't. Not letting me.
Huh?
Hold on.
You
I'll be
sure?
right back. I'm gonna restart Discord.
Okay. Okay.
I'm here.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, it's because I have the yeeters thing, and I can't give you yeeters. What happens if I give myself a level 100 boss? I don't know what that would do. That's okay. Can you create channels yet?
No.
Okay, that's unfortunate. Okay.
What servers do I have admin on? Oh my gosh, I can hear the typing. Are you okay?
What?
Why are you typing so hard?
That's not me typing, so that's literally me pressing down the keyboard normally.
Why isn't this charger working? I started working.
Okay. I think there's a good amount of row channels.
Oh my god. Cool.
Collapse category. Edit. Okay, permissions. What is happening? We're destroying TXpunkx's server. We're not really destroying it more than we are literally just, congrats, poo. Okay. But it was actually like, but see, we just created a bunch of bruh channels over here. This is all probably we're gonna do, but I mean, like, still. That's pretty broken. Okay. Dude,
Wait,
what else should we do that's, like, completely harmless, but it could, like...
Demod everyone.
No! Oh my god. Hang on. It really doesn't seem like we can. Like,
Yo,
because
so
here's the thing.
cool.
I don't think there's mod. I think there's only, like, yeeters, which is just, like, super good admin.
Extreme admin.
Yeah, so there's only, like, a big... Oi. Why? Why are you doing this? I don't know, just because it's kind of fun. We started out making, like, it started out doing, like, a, just doing, like, a simple, like, Yo Mama's channel. Okay. We started doing, like, this actually bad server, and then we want to keep the stream running, so we just decided to do this.
I'm trying to get my admin back on the server we were destroying. And then I'll unban you. Then change your username and profile picture. And then they won't know it's you.
Wait,
And then
no, wait, hang on. So I don't have the privileges to change the name of the server and stuff. He's cool, why are you messing up? I do agree, he's super cool. Sir, why are you saying this? There's really no... Make your mama's jokes. Oh, okay. Well,
Maya,
why?
go downstairs.
Okay, but why am I messing it up? Well, we wanted to keep the stream running, and we're not messing it up more than we are literally just making a bunch of broad channels. It's not very... Yeah. Oh, that's kind of funny.
I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Just for the fun of it? Okay, fine. Okay, there. Okay, there. Well, I'm actually gonna end the stream. That's, like, extremely stupid, but whatever. We're gonna... I might stream another time today with something more oh. Okay, well, actually, I was
Of course.
actually about to end the stream because I don't really know what to do.
Hmm.
So, bye.